Oh, look what's just arrived from Sean the chef. There we go. Okay, so I've just taken delivery from Sean the chef. I don't know if you know who Sean the chef is, but he's a Parker Baits ambassador. He's a carp angler. He's obviously a chef. And one of the things he does is these amazing cakes and biscuit bars that you can order online and get them delivered to your door. Now these are incredible. Look at them, absolutely incredible. This is a Snickers brookie, and it's jam packed full of Snickers. One of my favourite snacks. Look at that, all in a chocolate cake, chocolate biscuit bar. We've got an Aero brownie. Look at that with the mint Aero on the top. Absolutely wicked. Look, you can tell it's Halloween. It's got a Halloweeny vibe with all the green goo coming out. We've got a look at this little creature here. There's some sort of brownie there going on. We've got a what's this? These are 2 fruit and nut biscuit bars. Look at that, jam packed fruit and nut in there. But look at this bad boy. Halloween, eat your heart out. Look at that creepy eye on the top. Now this is, I think this is the Millionaire shortbread, Halloween style. Absolutely incredible. Look at that. It does look like something out of a creepy film. But anyway, so that's the cakes from Sean the chef. Like I say, I'll put a link up so you can see where to get these from, and you can order online, get them delivered if you're having a party or gathering, or you just fancy some nice sweet stuff on the bank, keep your energy levels up. These are definitely going to do the job. Absolutely fantastic. Thanks, Sean. Anyway, I'm going to get loaded up and get down the bank with these bad boys. Watch guys, it's about 1:30 on Thursday afternoon, and you join me back in Dorset. I'm back at Carp King farm, and I'm actually at the venue already. Just been in the shop, told them I'm here, bought a few little bits and pieces, and yeah, I've just dipped the nets and the mat. I'm all ready to drive round to the swim. I was originally going to be doing a 48-hour session, but I managed to sneak an extra night in on the same swim. So yeah, 3 nights ahead, nice long weekend. Let's see if we can bag a chunk. Anyway, I'm going to get round to the swim without further ado, and I'll see you in a bit. Good afternoon guys, and we are fishing. We are on Oak Lake at Carp King farm. I'm in swim 27. It's a corner swim. I've got the wind hacking into this swim really nicely. It's coming round the island, and as it goes round the island to my right, it's curling round, and as it goes round to my left, it's coming. So the wind's sort of coming round and bounding into me. Looking really good for it. I'm concentrating my baits over on the opposite corner. There's a little bush over there, and I've got a bait underneath there, and I went round, I sprinkled some crumb and some pellet and some boilies over there. What I'm doing, I've got a wafter OG fish from Parker Baits on the right hand rod on a running lead. On the middle rod, I've got a Ronnie rig with a 14mm match the hatch fruit and nut, Parker Baits fruit and nut pop up, and it's balanced nicely so it sinks down, minimal patty, and that's underneath the bush. And the left hand rod is a bottom bait topped with a yellow boilie, and yeah, sits hard on the deck, and that's going over towards the island. So I've had a bit of indication. I've had a little knock on the middle rod. I was getting some stuff tidied up in the bivvy. I just put all the rods out, just tidying up the bivvy, and beep, 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 and I'm looking at it. It's gone up to the top, nice and tight. The rod tip's tapping a bit, so I've round down, hit into it, nothing there. Bit gutted, and so put that back out again. And then a little while ago, I had a similar sort of thing, but well, I say similar. Bobbin went to the top, back down again, and yeah, I thought it was going to go, but it didn't. There's no bird life out there on either of these occasions, so It's definitely fish movement of some sort. And just in case I do hook into anything, I've actually got back leads on as well. It's quite a tight little swim, this. Like literally the bank, there's not a lot of space either side of the rods. So I thought if I'm playing a fish, chances are it could catch up in the line. So I want to keep the line down on the deck using back leads to give me a chance to move fish around in front of the rods without catching up. So that's me set up. We'll have a look at the forecast in a little while. Next door, someone you may know, in fact someone you probably will recognise. We'll go and say hello to him in a minute. Afternoon guys, what can I say? Next door to me, a face that I'm sure most of you recognise.
Hello!
Carp King himself. Hello!
Complete coincidence, wasn't it, that we booked neighbouring?
Complete coincidence, yeah. I saw you on Facebook, said you booked into this, coming into this swim, and I said, that's funny because I'm coming down into the swim next door. However, I wasn't due till tomorrow. So yeah, nice to see you again, Chris.
Yeah, and you, yeah. We was neighbours a couple of months ago.
Yeah, on the vlog
Neighbours
special.
again.
Yeah, that was yeah. And we said we should get together and get to have a fish hooking.
And it's happened by complete coincidence.
Yeah, which is nice. So that's a chance, you know, may happen to one of you guys one day. You'll be on the bank and you'll have this face next to you.
Yeah, and you'll be going, oh no, not him.
No, we enjoyed each other's company last time. It's a good crack, the old practice match, wasn't it?
Yeah, they are just fun, really.
But yeah, so I'm all set up. I've just had a couple of knocks, and I thought I'd bring over these cakes, Chris.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
From the fella, he's a Parker Baits ambassador. He's named Sean the Chef.
All right.
And I believe he does, you know, cooking and all sorts of different sorts of cooking. But what he does do is these amazing cakes. I've already shown the camera what these cakes look like. And unfortunately, my missus had already nicked a couple as well.
All right.
But they do look pretty amazing, don't they?
Is that meant to be an eyeball or a nipple?
No, I think it's meant to be an eye, mate.
Oh, right.
Look at that. But that is awesome, isn't it? Look at that for Halloween. Absolutely
Oh, it's a Halloween cake. Oh,
yeah. So, we've got mayonnaise. So, what's that? That's like a flapjack. We've got like a brownie and a fruit cake bar. So, which one do you fancy? I think we'll cut one in half and share one.
Well, as I've spoke about it now, I fancy the one that looks like
one with the,
an eyeball or...
Yeah, yeah. Let's have a look. Now, there you go, guys. I've shown you this earlier. Absolutely awesome looking cake. Right then, should we go halfway down the eye?
Yeah, why not, eh?
Yeah, proper squidgy. Oh, yeah. There you go, mate. Take a bit that you want. And,
I'll take the bit that's slightly closest to me.
Yeah.
It's just coincidence that it's slightly bigger.
Was slightly big, I did spot that. Right, that's the eyeball gone. That's sticky.
The eyeball's nice.
The eyeball's lovely. Can't work out what it is. But that
Tastes a bit like strawberries and cream, the eyeball.
really nice. That's delicious.
Yeah, that's like a
Really nice shortbread.
shortbread with like
white
a
chocolate on the
strawberry fondant.
Yeah, and Milky Bar chocolate sort of taste on the top.
Very
go
nice.
wrong, can you? So what Sean the Chef does, Chris, is you book online, you can order online, and he delivers to your door. So this morning I've got this rather nice box of cakes, or biscuits, whatever you want to call them, delivered by the postman this morning. Lovely.
Very nice delivery. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, so there we go. Sean the Chef, everybody. Thanks, mate.
Yeah,
I enjoy these.
very nice, Sean. Thank you very much. And thank you.
So,
And as we were.
so Chris, you've been down a couple of nights already?
Yeah, well, I'm way past 48 hours. I started here on Tuesday. Sure you said it's Thursday already in your video. So, yeah, I'm just over 48 hours into me session. And so far it's gone absolutely rubbish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
You say the fish are soon to be coming down the other end?
Yeah, we've chatted to some of the other anglers on the lake. Fish have been coming out the other side, kind of on the back of the wind. And again, up that end of the lake, which is sort of also at the back of the wind, because of the direction the wind is blowing, it's sort of blowing at sort of an 11 o'clock to sort of 5 o'clock.
Yeah, and when it goes
kind of
around the
angle.
islands, it sort of blows round as
Yeah.
stuff, doesn't it? Yeah.
So I've said in my video already, these fish clearly don't read the rule book because they're meant to be on the wind, and they've been on the back of the wind, the ones that have been getting caught. So, yeah.
You did see a couple this morning though before I turned up.
Yeah, 2. After 48 hours, I saw one sort of in front of me, and then one in your swim. So
promising.
So that was the first fish I've actually seen in kind of mine and sort of your water in the time I've been here.
But while we've been talking, the wind's dying down quite nicely now, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you said it's been like this the last couple of nights.
Yeah, exactly the same. It's been really windy and choppy, sort of bit chilly almost, sort of during the day. And this time in the evening, the wind's been dying down like it is now. And I'm sort of warming up before the sun actually drops below the horizon, and then it's been flat calm at night.
Right. Well, we can but try though, mate, can't we?
Yeah.
See what happens.
I've been trying. I've been trying all sorts. I've tried, all the colours, all the rigs.
Pop-ups, bottom baits.
Yeah.
PV bags.
Yeah, bags, Ronnies, D-rigs, zigs, white hook baits, yellow hook baits,
I think if
pink
they're not
hook
there
baits.
in numbers, you're up against it from the start, aren't you?
Yeah, I think the only thing I haven't actually tried is floater fishing and
Yeah, I think the water level's up a bit since I was last down, because I went around the other side with a lead on a leader, and it was approaching 3 foot over in the margin around the other side, whereas last time I was down it was just over 2 foot. So
all right, so
at least that's on our side, because when I was up this side before in the shallow water, I just felt like they didn't want to come up there.
Yeah, it feels very much like that now, almost like there's a underwater perspex barrier stopping the fish from.
Yeah. But anyway, you've got to be in it to win it. We'll see what happens.
But I've still had a good time on the bank. I've met a new sort of a mate in the, not a mate. It's someone I've just bumped into, but
mates with,
But he knows who I am, so we've sort of been having a good old chat and sort of become mates, and which is a good thing about fishing. Yeah, we all got that thing in common, and it
exactly
brings you together, doesn't it? And
well, you're there for the same reason at the end of the day, so nice to enjoy yourself.
So yeah, even though I come on my own, I've been in his swim sort of most of the time, sort of chatting away.
Cool. Okie dokie. Well, that's where we're at. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully between us. We'll see some action.
I haven't got long left. 17 hours I've got left to catch a fish.
Right. Yeah, I've got a few.
Not that I'm counting down or anything now.
You actually got a time on your watch.
Yeah.
But hey, looking nice. Let's hope the fish play ball, mate. And,
I've been hoping for the last 48 hours. Yeah.
Be lucky. Anyway, I'll turn the camera off and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Sun is going down pretty rapidly now. It's 20 past 5. It's actually going right in my eyes over there, but it's absolutely stunning. And beautiful, beautiful evening. And I'm hoping one of these goes off, but we'll see. So I've just had a cup of tea and a bit of cake with Chris, and had a bit of a chat, catching up. Yeah, I really like Chris, really nice guy. So it's nice. And like I say, it was a pure coincidence that we both put the swims next door to each other at the same time. So yeah, nice result that. Like I say, it gives us a chance to have a catch up after the bloggers match. So we do communicate on YouTube and Facebook and what have you, but it's always nice to catch up face to face. Okay, so what I thought I'd do is have a quick look, see what the forecast is for the next few days. So, right, tonight, overcast, southerly winds, and then what are we going into? It's going to be overcast all night, going to more south easterly winds, and tomorrow we've got a bit of rain. A bit of rain in the morning, and the winds southerly, turning southwesterly mid-morning and brightening up. So it could be a wet morning and then drying up tomorrow night, wet again. That wind's flipping round, southeasterly. Yeah, that wind's all over the place this weekend. Let's have a look on Saturday. Saturday, again, bit of a damp looking one till later on in the day. Southerly winds. Again, wet at night. Yeah, it's going to be... And then Sunday, pack down day. What we got? Well, southwesterly winds, bit possible rain in the morning, brightening up midday, and I've got to be off by 1 o'clock. So hopefully I'll have a dry pack down. Obviously it's still a few days away, so things may change before then, but not looking too bad. And like I say, got the bivvy up, got the big bivvy, got the wind should be coming behind me or to the side of me. So yeah, nice and comfortable again. And if that wind starts turning round into my face, I'm not making the same mistake I made before. I'm going to have the door and get the long pegs in at the front so we don't get blown away. But anyway, hopefully it won't be that bad. But like I say, I didn't think it's going to be that bad last time. It's nice weather, and all of a sudden, bang, the bivvy nearly went. Yeah, I'm not taking a chance. So anyway, that's where we are. I'm going to cook myself some dinner in a second. What have I got tonight? I've got a cannelloni I'm going to try in the Ridge Monkey. It's meant to be done in the oven or the microwave. I don't think I've done this yet on the bank, but I do like a cannelloni, and I thought I'd give it a go. So that's what I'm going to try. So I'm going to get that on in a second, and I'll catch up with you in a little bit. Okay guys, so this is what I've got for tea tonight. Tesco's spinach and ricotta cannelloni. It's all shifted over a bit in the pack there, but I've got to get that into that. So I'm going to do that, then put it on, and we'll see how it comes out in the Ridge Monkey. It could be a winner, it could be a loser, but we'll soon see. Watch you guys. So it's actually getting quite dark now, but you wouldn't think it looking at the camera. There's the cannelloni, and I think I'm ready to tuck in. Nice. Watch guys, it's about 20 to 7. It's already pretty dark. Just thought I'd do a quick update, let you know the cannelloni was good. Wasn't the best cannelloni I've ever had, and I've had a few, but it was pretty good considering it's done in Ridge Monkey on the bank. Yeah, I'd consider having it again. So yeah, probably about a 7 out of 10 for the Tesco's cannelloni, spinach and ricotta. Like I say, I enjoyed that. With a can of San Miguel, and I've actually had another one of Sean's cakes. I've had the brownie with the little funny eyes on. Personally, not a cake I'd choose, a brownie, but if they all tasted like that, it would be a cake that I would choose in future. It was amazing, honestly, absolutely superb. So thanks again, Sean. I'm going to try and save the others to last the weekend. I'll try, but they're pretty irresistible. Anyway, I've locked them away in the car, so keep away from temptation. Anyway, having a few knocks. Whilst I was cleaning up the Ridge Monkey after the cannelloni, left hand rod had a bit of indication. Turned out to be swans on the bait. Had a few knocks. They were still hanging around like they do. So I thought I'm bringing that in. Brought it in, and the bait is a bottom bait with a little yellow topper on, and the bottom bait, you can see where they've been chewing at it. It's it's whittled down, and it looked like a dumbbell. So anyway, renewed that and put it back out there. Slightly different spot. I've not gone as tight to the island. I come off a little bit because of the swans. Once they know where your bait is, they tend to keep coming back and investigating. So I thought I'm not doing exactly the same spot. It's a little bit more towards the point of the island and a little bit further off. But anyway, so we're all set up and we're waiting for the bobbins to start dancing. Let's hope so anyway. But that's it, update done. Like I say, it's pretty dark, so no more filming going on unless anything happens, and I'll keep you informed. So until then, good night. Morning guys. I say morning, it still feels like middle of the night, but it is actually 4 to 6. and the rain has really started to come down. We've had a couple of showers in the night, but nothing heavy, but the wind and the rain have both got really quite strong now. I've actually just had to peg the side flat down on the bivvy because I had the sort of front semi-open earlier, but I've pegged the side of the overwrap down. Fortunately I can still have my door open. The wind's coming from behind me at the moment, but if the wind direction changes, then I will have to sit the door down because the wind is pretty hefty. But nothing to report. I've had lots of knots and liners on my left hand rod over towards the island, and I've just had one on the right hand rod over towards the corner. But that's it. Nothing really I could hit. They're just shooting to the top. In fact, sometimes they're slowly creeping to the top. Doop, 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 doop. And then all of a sudden they go boop, 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 all the way back down again. Yeah, and I really thought the left hand rod was going to go a second ago, because that's the first sort of knot like that I've on the middle or the right hand rod. So yeah, it didn't. But anyway, I'm going to put my head down for a bit longer, wait till it get light, and keep an ear out. I've heard a couple of big fish lunking in this corner as well, so it's promising. It's promising. But anyway, I'm going to get my head down, and I'll catch up with you in a little while. Morning, guys. Not going to say it was an uneventful night. It was quite a lot of activity. Having a lot of liners and knocks on my left hand rod over towards the island, and then this morning, just as it's getting lighter, the middle and the right hand rod both had some activities, you know, going to the top and then dropping back down. I'm putting it down as liners. It could be a fish trailing line that's going through the swim, who knows. In all cases, it wasn't something I could actually pick the rod up and hit. In the night, I had a few fish show. There's one just down here to my right. I've just seen one show over the other side of the bush. And I've heard a few in the area. So there's some fish up here. There is fish in the area. So it's really good confidence builder. That and the activity I'm getting on the bobbins. I'm very, very confident that I'm, you know, got a chance. I do feel the fish are mainly concentrated down the other end. Apparently the fish, people like fishing over the other side. I've had a few, and a fish came out a few swims down last night, about 9:30, a 30 pounder. So yeah, nice one. But that's where we are. There's been fish coming out. There's been fish showing up here, and I think it could be just a matter of time before I can connect with anything. We've still got time on our side. There is still a chance. I'm very hopeful. Like I say, even though most of the activity's down the other end, I have heard fish up here. Not in numbers, but they're up here. I've heard a few. And with the activity I'm getting on the bobbins, I'm pretty confident that something's going to happen. I spoke to Chris this morning, old Carp King. Nothing happened for him. He had one beep last night, and he's not off till lunchtime, but he's slowly going to start packing down and try and get his bivvy dry. But yeah, that's the state of play. Anyway, I'm going to get the kettle on, have a cup of tea, have a bit of breakfast, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Roger, guys. I'm just cooking the carp angler's favourite breakfast. It's got to be the Russ's sausage McMuffin. So easy to do, so naughty, yet so very nice. Already toasted the buns. They're sitting on top of the ridge monkey, keeping warm while the patty's inside frying away. And so I'll be tucking into that in a minute. Happy days. Okay guys, so let's talk about bait. I'm using the Parker baits and I'm using the OG fish and the fruit and nut. And on this session I've got 40mm fruit and nut, I've got 10mm fruit and nut, and I've got 40mm OG fish. Now what I've done is I've emptied the bait I wanted out of the bags you get sent to you, entered into these containers. I've taken the corresponding sauce, Parker bait sauce, obviously for the fruit and nut I've used the fruit and nut sauce. Pour a liberal coating over the boilies, put the lid on, give it a good shake up, get a good mixture all over. And I've done that with all the containers. I've got the 10mm in one container, 14's another, and the fish in another container. And sprinkled the corresponding sauce. I've got the fish or the fruit and nut. Left those overnight. Ideally I'd leave them for 24 hours, but I didn't know I was coming fishing yesterday, so I was caught on the hop. So yeah, I've done them overnight, and then in the morning, again, get your corresponding magic dust. Now this is a combination of all wonderful things, liver powders, I don't know, spices. You know, there's so many attractants in these two jars, it's untrue. So what you do is pour the corresponding dust over the corresponding boilie. Again, put the lid on, give it a good shake, and what you'll end up with is a nice coated boilie. Obviously the boilies, when you buy them out of the bag, are already coated in the dust already, but what you've almost got is a little paste going around each boilie, which can only add to the attraction. I mean, I've got utmost confidence in this bait. I really do like the look and the smell. I've only used it a few sessions, I've got to be honest, and I've only caught a couple of fish on it. But if you could buy confidence in a bag, this is it. For me, I'm totally sold on this. But I think you have to see it and try it to see what I'm on about. They smell amazing. Oh, another little knot. They smell amazing. They crumb down nicely, nice and soft. Now the baits are actually steamed, not boiled. So a lot of the goodness remains in. When you boil a boilie, a lot of the goodness you're putting into that bait will come out in the water, in the boiling water. But being steamed, it maintains and keeps hold of a lot of that goodness. So, like I say, I really like it. And yeah, I'm sold on it. If you want to give it a try, I've got a code which I'll put down below. It's actually Carp Bites in capital letters. And if you do go online and order some of this from Parker Baits, then you'll get 10% off your first order. So whatever you buy, you get 10% off it using the code Carp Bites. But like I say, I really like it. I've got a lot of confidence in it. That's the fruit and nut. The fish is, well, there's the 10mm and the fruit and nut. And you see they're just coated in all sorts of goodness. Absolutely fantastic. And the fish, like I say, it's using top grade fish meals, which you can use all year round. And there you go. Like I say, I've almost got like a paste. By doing the process I've done, you've almost got a paste around them of the magic dust and the sauce. And it absolutely smells incredible. Yeah, it does smell, I've said it before, like something you get down the tandoori house. Really, really nice. A nice spicy fish meal. Quite old school in the smells, but that's not a bad thing, believe me. Anyway, so there we have it. That's the bait I'm on. Use the code if you want to get 10% off your first order, and hopefully you'll bag a whacker. But we'll see what happens for me this session. It looks like it's going to be tough. But like I say, I'm not one of these. I'm not going to start changing my bait because I'm not catching. It's not like that. This is hard water. I know some of the guys have had a few fish over the other side, but that's how it is. If the fish are in front of you, they're catchable. And I know if the fish are in front of me, I know I've seen signs of them down here, but maybe not down in numbers. But I've got every confidence that when they see and smell this bait, they're going to get on it. But anyway, until then, think I'll go and have a bite to eat, and I'll see you in a bit. So that's two, nearly 3 foot there, about a rod length out. We'll go across. Three and a half foot. Six. Seven. So just over 3.5 foot. Very, very flat bottom. A little bit deeper. 3'8" just into that bay. 3'8", little dip there, and then it's going up. There you go, there's a shelf there. Still 2.5 foot deep, right against the rushes there. Nice little hard edge on it as well. Right, let's go along the edge. So we're obviously on top of the shelf at the moment. 2'8", 2'9". A little bit deeper there. 3'8", just on the edge of that tip of that point. $3'9" there. If I go a bit closer, 4 foot, 3.5 foot, a little bit of a harder edge on there. Yeah, and it's showing fish there. Whether there's actually fish there or not, I don't know, but that's what it's saying. Let's go around the swan's nest. Right. So it's showing fish there as well. Now we're coming up to where I've been fishing. This is where my left hand rod actually is right now. 2.5 foot. It's showing fish in that sort of area. So it's too shallow. 2.5 foot. Let's go across to where my middle rod is. Oh, don't knock the camera over. There we go. A little bit of a dip there. A little bit of a gully there, so you see that? Right, so now I'm over to where the left hand rod actually is sitting. $2'6". It's showing it as having fish in there. If that's true or not, I'm not sure. I'll come round here. Oh, caught a branch there. There's showing fish there. Right. This is where the right hand rod is. 2'9", nearly 3 foot deep. So there's plenty of depth there, really. 3 foot there. 2'8". Let's just come back again. Good evening, guys. It's just coming up to 5:30 and we've had an absolute glorious afternoon. Really nice sunshine. It's been quite breezy, however the wind's just died down in the last half hour or so. I've seen the fish show straight out in front of me against the island a couple of hours ago, and I've had a couple of bleeps on the rods, but again, nothing positive. So the rods are out for the night from what I put them out at sort of lunchtime. We'll see what happens. I've got me chilli cooking away. It's a Tesco's finest chilli, so we'll see how that lives up to the finest title. But yeah, so that's cooking away in the Ridge Monkey, and since it's calmed off, there's a stack of fish showing in the main body of the lake between the two islands. Yeah, they're really showing well down there. Yeah, some lads have just turned up, moved in after, well, they've not got in this swim that Chris is in. The swim that Chris was in next door to me is still free at the moment, but there's some 3 guys turned up in the swims next to where he was, and the fish are well in front of them in the open water. Looking good for those guys. But like I say, I've seen one in front of me. I've still been getting little knocks on the rods. So who knows, it could happen. Change of tactics, I've gone for a bit of a taller pop-up on 2 of the rods. I've not got any bottom baits out tonight, no wafters, so I've gone 3 pop-ups, 2 sort of an inch off the bottom, and 1 is a Ronnie rig. So we'll see what happens with that, just in case there's any crud and debris on the bottom, just to make sure the hook bait is proud. Fortunately, I've not been plagued by the swans on the island rod yet. I'll say yet because there's still time, they still might find it. Before I saw the fish show, I sprinkled a bit of bait along the edge of the island using the catapult. So just not loads of bait, just sort of just dotted around, just so that any fish passing through can sense there's food available, and they may want to start searching around for it and get a bit greedy for the Parker baits, and then hopefully stumble upon where I put the hook baits. So that's the plan. We'll see what happens. Like I said, on the margin rods over there, I did actually put some bait in by hand, and again with the catapult I just sprinkled, so it's not so sort of compact in an area. I've sort of spread a bit of bait again just along the margin over there, just to get a bit of bait dotted around. So I'm all set up. It's a case now sitting and waiting, but like I say, it is absolutely stunning, absolutely gorgeous over there. The sun's just going down. When I was woken up 4 or 5 o'clock this morning with the rain and the strong winds, it doesn't seem like the same day. I think the forecast though is for more rain tonight and into tomorrow morning. Again, tomorrow should be sunny, but we'll see what happens. You never can tell. But for now, it's just great to be on the bank enjoying this early autumn sunshine. It really is, well, just delightful. That's all I can say. I'm enjoying it. So anyway, I'll tuck into me chilli in a bit, and I'll see you later. Good morning, everyone. It's just getting for 8 o'clock, and I've got the light on for the camera in the bivvy because it's still really gloomy. I mean, the doors are open and everything. I'll show you. So you sort of get an idea what I'm up against. It's nice. It is not dark outside, it's light outside, but it's dark in the bivvy. So, yeah, so what happened last night? It was essentially a duplicate of Thursday night, but with the bobbins dancing even more. As soon as it got dark, the bobbins started bouncing around, up and down, going up and down more than a can dancers' legs. I tell you, they're just non-stop all night. All 3 rods is happening on with equal consistency. Sometimes I go up nice and slow, like beep, 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 and then it just goes beep, 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 beep. Or sometimes I go beep, 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 beep. It's like, sometimes you think, when this happens quick, you think it is a take. I've no idea what's going on. Whether there's a fish out there trailing line, I'm unsure, because it's happening on all 3 rods. They're quite far apart. Whether it's, I don't know if there's bream in here, whether there's bream playing with the baits or whatever, or whether it's just fish moving through, feeding in the swims, hitting the lines as they go. I don't know, but it is happening almost every 20 minutes, I'd say, if not more frequently. I've had hardly any sleep. I'm so tired. So, as you can hear, the rain is happening again. It's been raining on and off throughout the night, and it's just picking up a little bit more again now. It's very cloudy out there, very overcast. Perfect conditions, perfect fishing conditions, and I haven't given up yet, but it is sort of beating me up a bit, and yeah, I just wish I knew what all these indications were that I'm having and work out a way to get round it. I'm not too sure what to do yet. Whether I go onto tight lines tonight rather than sort of, you know, semi-tight with back leads. I might just go tight to the leads and just see if that eradicates some of the knocks, because it is relentless, honestly. I don't know what people around me must think I'm doing. They must think I'm one of these noddies that just keeps playing with their alarms all night. But yeah, it's relentless. Anyway, I'm going to have a nice cup of tea, and then once I've had that, I'm probably going to jump back in the bag and try and get some kip, because like I say, I've not had much. Okay, so let me explain where I'm fishing in this swim. Well, I'm not fishing is over in that bay over there, but I have seen a fish jump out in that bay a couple of times. Yesterday that was. But where I am fishing, or where I've had baits up until now, is over there, up against that bank, nice and tight. That's where the swans picked me up on the first night. A bit of a pain. It is shallow over there, but that's where the bailiff in the shop said to me it's a good little spot that he used to fish, and he said get nice and tight to the island. So I have. No action as yet, only from the swans. So that's my left hand rod, and I've tried, well, if I tried on there so far, I've tried the bottom bait with the topper, and I've also tried the pop-up over there with the OG fish. No joy yet on that spot. Coming over. Right, so the middle rod is over there, underneath the willow tree. Again, quite tight to the bank, not super tight, probably about 2 foot, 3 foot from the bank, underneath that, the branches of that willow tree. Again, I've tried a wafter and I've tried the pop-up. And the right hand rod is over there, close to the bank, probably a few feet off, and that's the rod that I've had the most bait over. I've literally walked around that area of the bank and scooped some pellets and 10 millers and 14 millers out. And on that, first night I was using the fish, OG fish. I was a wafter. Last night I put a fruit and nut pop-up, and there's a mixture of fruit and nut and fish boilies in that area, and like I say, with some of the house pellet as well. That's the rod that was probably most active last night. It could be because of all the bait that I put in over there. On the middle rod, I've literally just pelted a few boilies out, and same on the island. I've not gone mad over there. I've sort of scattered a few handfuls of boilies over in the general area against the margins. And there goes a deer in the distance, but I don't know if you saw that on camera. Another one. But yeah, I don't know if they come out on camera. I'll see if I can zoom in for you. Watch it, guys. So it's backwater one. I'm going to reel the rods in, reset the rigs, put some fresh baits on. Now left down rod, I think I'm probably going to go for basic blowback rig. I've got a fruit and nut wafter, 14mm fruit and nut wafter, just sits off the deck like so, with a hook flat on the deck. Middle rod, I'm going to go for a bottom bait out of the bag, but I'm going to top it with a fruit and nut 10mm pop up, which is cut in half, just as a little bit of a sight and just to balance the hook weight. That's going to be on the doubled over rigidity on the troddy rig to a semi-stiff boom section. Right hand rod, I'm going to stick with a Ronnie, and that's going to have the OG fish on it, 40mm pop up, and again it just sits lovely just like so, with minimal putty on there. So that's going to be right hand rod. Before I put them in the drink, I'm just going to liven them up a bit. So using the sauce, this one's the fish one, you can dunk that in there. The magic dust, straight into the magic dust, give that a shake. So there you go. So obviously that's all going to fall off in the water, but it's going to leave a nice little cloud around the hook bait of all this good little particles. So that's the fish one. I'm going to do the same with the fruit and nut, into the fruit and nut sauce. Stick them both in there. Do it one at a time though. But no, we'll get them both in there, I think. There you go. Let them both sit in there. Oh, don't get tangled up, bring them out. There we go. Into the magic dust. Look at that. All that goodness is going to come off around the hook bait once it's settled in the lake. And again, well, it looks good to me. Let's hope the fish thinks so. Anyway, we're struggling, I'm not going to lie. It's not being easy, but I think I'm being more wound up by all the little liners I'm getting. So when I put them back out, I'm actually thinking of putting springers on and getting rid of the back legs altogether and having a tight line and just seeing if that stops all these little liners and things I'm getting. I want to, you know, A, get a good night's sleep tonight, and B, if the buzzer goes, I want to know it's a fish and not just something in the line. So that's going to be the state of play. Going to get those out now, and I'll see you in a little while. Evening, guys. Just getting off at 5 o'clock, and it already feels like it's getting dark. It's just that it's so miserable and gloomy out there. It's got that sort of early evening feel about it. But it's not all been like that today. We've had a bit of sunshine. It's not been too bad at times. It's been quite pleasant. But yeah, generally though, it's been quite breezy. The odd shower and a bit overcast. Now, so for tea tonight, I thought I'd try this. It's a Tesco's chicken tikka masala meal for one. Why is it a meal for one? Well, you've got your tikka masala, you've got your rice, you've got some bhaji's, and you've got Bombay potatoes all in the same tray. So I'm going to try, fit all this into my Ridge Monkey, get it cooking low and slow, and we'll see what it's like. Well, watch guys, I've had the curry, and let me tell you, it wasn't half bad. And then to follow it up, I've got one of Sean the Chef's. This looks like a chocolate coated flapjack. Look at that. With chocolate buttons embedded in the top. And some, let's give it a go. Wow. That is mega. Only word to describe that. Thick chocolate. Tastes like Cadbury's chocolate on the top. Really nice. Really, really nice. What a way to finish your curry. Anyway, I'm going to finish eating this. I'll catch up with you if it happens. But I've just been looking, there's loads of fish showing between the two islands. And the fella just came over and told me, he said there's stacks of them, they're just all in the middle there between the two islands, just one after the other showing. So that's the place to be. All I'm waiting for is a fish before I go, but the longer I'm waiting, the less likely it seems it's going to happen. There's nothing happening up this end of the lake at all. I've seen fish up here, I've heard fish up here, but they don't seem to be having the munch like they are down the other end of the lake. But anyway, time will tell, and fingers crossed. The carp gods look down on us and give us a smile. Anyway, I'll see you in a little while. Good morning, guys. Well, this time yesterday it would have been pitch black, but because the clocks went back last night, it's still light. It's just coming up to 7:15. So yeah, got an extra hour's fishing for free. Last night, very, very quiet. I think having the lines in the springers nice and tight. I've had one bleep on the left down rod. It's eliminated all those liners and little twitches I was getting Thursday and Friday. In theory, using the back leads and the semi-slack lines, you should be getting less liners compared to a tight line. But obviously that's not the case. But it meant I had a great night's sleep, so that's the most important thing. I really needed a good kip, so I'm really happy about that. Just a shame there's no fish to report, and it's not looking good on that front. Still got a couple of hours or so. We'll see what happens, and I'll catch up with you in a little while. Okay, guys, I'm calling it a day. That's the end of the session. I've still got an hour or so left on the ticket, but I'm not feeling it. The fish seem to be down the other end. Fell a few swims down. He's had a couple of fish this morning, up to 28 pound. And they've been showing down there in numbers. Obviously, I've seen and heard some fish up here in the night, but they're not up here in the sort of numbers they are in that end of the lake. So I'm calling it a day. It's a miserable morning. It's been a wet pack up. The rods aren't even in the holder. I've just laid them on top. Everything's wet. I've put the overwrap in a bin liner, soaking wet. So I'm going to get home, get it in the garage, hang it out, get everything dried out, and that's it. So until next time, if you're on the bank, be lucky. If you like my videos, please do subscribe. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Yeah, that's it, guys. And next time, I do believe I'm going to be on top of Manor on Big Haze. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we get a fish for the camera then. But not to be this time. Anyway, see you then. Take care, guys. Bye.